In today's Unit Circle Survival Guide, we're going to find an exact value using the S.A.R.C method. So we're going to look at the cosine of 450 degrees, and before we get into this problem, we actually need to make note this angle is actually going to be something called a quadrantal. And all that means is that its terminal side is going to fall on one of our axes. So we aren't actually going to have to use the whole S.A.R.C method. We get to simplify it just to the first step and the last step. We'll call it the S.A.R.C method. And this works for all your quadrantal angles. So we'll get more into the details, and let's go ahead and take a look at our template. Okay, so here's our template. It's step 1, sketch the angle, the terminal side, and then we know that we're working with angles on the unit circle, so we'll label it with coordinates. And then step 2 is to calculate the trig function, the exact value that we want. So let's see how this works, finding the cosine of 450 degrees. Now, as we get started, we know we're trying to sketch this angle's terminal side. We can notice that 450 degrees, that's a positive angle, so we should be rotating in the counterclockwise direction. We should also notice that it is more than one rotation being 360 degrees. So in order to sketch more easily here, we want to find a coterminal angle, and we do that by subtracting away one rotation, or 360 degrees. So we'll simply say 450 minus 360 degrees, 90 degrees. If we sketch that angle, we'll be sketching the same terminal side as 450, just with one less rotation. And all we really want is the side, because that will give us our coordinates. All right, so rotating counterclockwise, here's 0, and a quarter rotation is 90 degrees. So here is where we'll sketch our terminal side. It's on the positive part of the y-axis. And now we can label the coordinates that we'll be working with for our calculation in step 2. Remember that this angle is on the unit circle, which has a radius of 1. So this distance right here must be 1 since we're coming from the origin. So to label our coordinate, we simply label it 0, 1. And now we can calculate. So whenever you're trying to find the cosine of an angle on the unit circle, that's just the x-coordinate. So we simply look here at our x-coordinate. We don't even really have to calculate for this one. It's a really nice, easy, exact value. And so we can say that the cosine of 450 degrees is 0. It's worth noting that the cosine of 90 degrees would also be 0. So if it's a coterminal angle, it will have the same value for cosine. All right, so that's all there is to it. This is the abbreviated method, the S.A.R.C method for finding exact values that are quadrantal angles. Be sure to check the video description. There will be links for more worked out examples and help with other unit circle basics. Thanks for watching.